Today I want to talk to you guys about branding and specifically branding your dropshipping products, because I hear it a lot right now that everyone preaches, well, if you put a logo on the dropshipping product and you brand it, then you can sell it for a higher price and your customers are more likely to buy it because now all of a sudden it's branded and it's not your typical AliExpress product. So in today's video, I want to give you my 2 cents about that, why it's stupid and why it's misunderstood, and how to actually do it instead so that you can charge more money and that you can actually build a business that pays you, that you can take money out, because most dropshipping businesses don't ever create a profit. So let's talk about that in today's video. Come so. If you're new to this channel, my name is Nils. I've been living in China now since 2013. So it's been 7 years that I'm in China, here in Shenzhen, and I own a sourcing company. So we help people source their private label products, dropshipping products, whatever it is, whatever we can help sourcing you in China. I also teach you a lot about e-commerce because we just crossed our first time $1 million with one product on Amazon, but we also have another 200 products that we launched on the platform. So on this channel, we talk a lot about e-commerce. We talk a lot about how to source, sell, and actually profit from your products online. And today I want to give you my 2 cents about branding, because I hear it everywhere. Every guru on this platform is preaching you have to brand your product, you have to make it stand out, you have to be so different from your competition. And everyone just believes that if you put a logo on the product, all of a sudden now you own a brand. Right? I get approached so many times from people that say, hey, we are a brand, this and this space, never sold a product, don't even know what to sell yet, but everyone already is a brand. You know, just because you have a logo, that does not mean you're branded. I understand where this is all coming from, where people say, hey, you know, if the product seems like it's not just off the shelf, it has a higher perceived value. And I do agree with that. However, just putting a logo on does not mean now you can sell it for a higher price. Because think about it, for you as a consumer, after all, we're still selling to people, right? So put yourself in the position of the consumer, put yourself in the position of someone buying things online. So if you go online and you want to buy a product and there's a logo in the middle of the product, I might even not want it then, because I don't care about that product. You know, I don't care about the logo. I don't care about the brand behind it. I don't care, as long as it's not some big brand name that I can associate with good quality, or that I can associate about something. I don't want the product name to be on it. The brand name, I don't care. I don't want the brand name to be on the product. I'm likely to not buy it because there's a name on it. You know what I mean? Like it obviously depends a little bit on the product, but branding is so much more than just putting your logo on the product. People care about what your product does for them and what your company does for them. So branding is so much more. And I always have the saying that you have to fail fast, especially when you're starting out. You don't even know what product is selling. It doesn't make sense for you to go through all of the hassle and, you know, have the supplier get your logo on the product when you don't even know if it's selling yet. So if you're just starting out, just take the product, put it up, see if it sells. And if it doesn't sell, either fix your sales approach or change the product and see if that sells. And then once you generate sales from that, then you think about branding. Okay. Then you think about, okay, now this product is the one that sells. Now you can build, you know, you can make your shop nicer. You can put some logo on the shops. Not that it matters, but if you feel better about that. But the real branding comes in once the first purchase is made. And this is, I think, what no one talks about, because it's not about how to get a customer to charge more for the customer with your logo on the product. Branding means that the customer associates your brand with something. Your logo doesn't solve that. Your logo doesn't make your customer associate your brand with, you know, it could be economic friendliness, it could be design, it could be customer care, there could be so many things that your brand represents. It has nothing to do with the logo, okay? So where the branding comes in and where it's really important is the back end, is once the person bought the product, is how you take care of the person. What emails are you sending the person? What offers are you making the person? What resources do you send the buyer, right? You can send your buyer resources to different blog posts or to different YouTube videos or to different podcast episodes that are helpful for your customer. Well, now it comes back to, do you know who's your customer? Do you know what your brand wants to represent, right? So if you're all about, reusable product and economic friendliness and all of that kind of stuff, then you might send the person tips or interesting articles about that topic, because that's how the person associates value with you. If you keep sending them valuable things, that doesn't have to be your own creations, it can be from someone. And then you plug in your product offerings again and again and again and send these people back to your shop where you have multiple products that fit your brand. There, it's really about branding, where you have a group of different products that fit into one bucket, if you will, right? So if you're selling reusable product, then you will have reusable metal straws and bamboo plates, any of these kind of products that can be reused or that are economic friendly and that have all that kind of vibe, right? So you want to have all of those products with that. And if they don't have a logo, then people still associate your brand with that economic friendly vibe. So if you put a logo on it, that's all right. But be careful. Don't get caught up by your own ego of you want to own a brand. No one cares, okay? So you have to put yourself in the position of the customer. Does it matter for the customer if you have your logo in the middle, fat, printed on the product? What does that do to the customer? Is he more likely or less likely to buy? I'm not saying don't brand your products. You cannot absolutely do that. But what I'm saying is don't be stupid about it, and don't think that just because you have a logo on it, now you have a brand. A brand is so much more than a logo. A brand is something where you create a following of customers that become fans of your brand. And no one becomes a fan of you because of your logo on it. They become fans of you because of the value that you provide, of the products that you create for them. That is what you need to focus on, because you want to share a message with your following and with your buyers that makes them buy again and again and again. But having them giving you money should be secondary thought. First thought should always be, how can you add value to that person? How can you make products that are better? That there is branding. I hope that helps you. It's not about putting your logo on a product. So put yourself in the position of the customer and think about, what does the customer care about? What do they want? What do they need? What can you add to that person that makes their life better? That should be your sword. And then the branding happens. You just want to get some cash flow going so that you actually have the chance to build on a brand. The concept of failing fast just means you take something, you put it up there as fast as possible and as quick as possible. And if it doesn't do anything and you failed, well, it doesn't matter. You can go up to the next thing because you're not so emotionally attached, because you haven't gone through the whole draining process of speaking with different suppliers and getting samples with your logo, and then this doesn't look good and that doesn't look good, and finally you have the right product and then you put it up and it doesn't sell. That doesn't feel good, I hope this is a little bit of a kind of like a little wake up call here, and start actually caring about the customer. And I promise you, you'll be rewarded much more earnings anyway. Okay, that's my message for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about it. Do you want to have a branded product, or don't you want to have a branded product? Does it make sense what I say, or do you think it's stupid to not start with the logo on your product? Also, make sure that you subscribe, because we have so many cool videos coming here about, starting your business, how do you find a product that actually sells, how to actually profit from your dropshipping business, and how to actually get paid, because most people miss that part. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow.